Need to say anything. You know, the people who understand the greatness of it and, you know, have their own life, that what happened happened.
Jake Paul just dropped a bombshell about his Netflix fight with Mike Tyson. And trust me, this isn't your average post-fight drama. Sure, the fight happened over a month ago and you've probably moved on, but Jake clearly hasn't. Why? Because the aftermath has been brutal. Sponsors are ghosting him, fans are side-eyeing him, and his reputation is teetering on the edge. So what does Jake do? He jumps on Load Holocaust title and spills some jaw-dropping tea. Jake claims that Tyson orchestrated the entire shady situation. But let's be real, why would Tyson...
But I do have to be careful in the early rounds. Because
with his $400 million fortune, bother scheming against Jake, whose pre-fight net worth was a modest $30 million. Name, please. Tyson's a boxing legend. He doesn't need to box a YouTuber for clout. So, what's the truth, according...
And when you were in there?
I don't remember it.
You didn't even remember it.
To Jake,
Why would he even
knew
bother?
exactly what he was getting into. On the podcast, he admitted he was...
People are like, oh, it's rigged because look at him on the pads, but he didn't do this in the fight. Because someone is fucking punching back, you dumb fucks. Like,
wasn't under any illusions about the fight's reception. He anticipated the backlash and understood that fans would hate the idea of him stepping into the ring with a legend like Tyson. But is Jake's story credible, or is he just shifting blame? Let's dive in. Jake Paul just revealed a jaw-dropping twist about his Netflix fight with Mike Tyson, and it's clear he's embracing the chaos like a pro. This fight wasn't about who
realized my power.
That is true.
And my jab and my speed and my ability and my footwork to get out of the way of those punches. So then all of a sudden he's throwing at literally air.
Win or lose, it was about the spectacle. A YouTuber versus a boxing legend. Jake knew the role he was playing and leaned to it perfectly, auditioning at the villain, mailing it, and hashing in on the controversy. Hey, that's just fuel for clicks. It clicks mean money. If controversy were a sport, the Paul brothers would be Olympic gold medalists. But then Logan Paul threw in the big question, the one everyone was thinking but didn't dare ask, was a fight rigged? Jake didn't deny it outright. Instead, he smirked and dropped this bombshell. Rigged fights are for people who need money. I don't need it. Maybe Mike did. One cryptic comment, and the internet went on fakes. Jake didn't directly accuse Tyson of rigging the fight, but the implication hit as hard as a knockout punch. His words were perfectly vague, yet piercing enough to make fans question Tyson's involvement. Considering Tyson's well-documented financial struggles in the past, Jake's statement felt like more than just speculation. Was it a calculated jab or a clever deflection? Either way, Jake lit the match. Sure, Mike Tyson is a legend, but let's face it, his career has had more ups and downs than a roller coaster. His glory days in the ring are iconic, but his business venture...
Where'd most of it go? Because I'm from Connecticut. I know where your house, your old house, 50 Cent's house now, right? Does he still own it?
I have no idea.
But that house had movie theaters, what else in it?
Everything.
Haven't exactly been minting millions. A comeback fight like this wasn't just about flexing his fists again. It was about staying relevant, cashing in, and reminding the world he's still... Then Jake Paul twisted the knife further. Without outright saying it, he hinted that Tyson might have had to lose as part of the deal. Let that sink in for a moment. If there's even a shred of truth to that claim, it means Tyson put his legacy on the line for a bigger paycheck out.
I made a lot of money, the most money I've made ever. But
what are you gonna buy with the money?
probably a ranch.
And a shot at keeping his name in the headlines. Meanwhile, Jake struck away as a guy who beat his boxing icon, while the internet debates whether the fight was even legit. Here's the kicker. Jake's comment wasn't random. It was a calculated move. By throwing out the line, maybe Mike needed it, he masterfully shifted the spotlight off himself and squarely onto Tyson. It's
I was missing
I can't believe he can move like that.
a lot of
classic Jake Paul. So why make a statement like that if Jake had nothing to hide? Sure, people didn't start pointing fingers at Jake Paul right away, but maybe that's the genius of his strategy, or as some might say, picture-ake. Throwing Tyson under the bus ensured the drama would keep everyone talking free. Whatever his motive, one thing is clear. Jake doesn't make moves without knowing exactly how to play out.
With the way the night went down.
I wish he would have, put up a better fight so then I could have risen more and done more.
The hype surrounding the fight was undeniable. Tyson is a living legend and Jake Paul knows exactly how to stir a crowd. But let's not kid ourselves. This wasn't about the love of boxing. The deeper you dig, the clearer it becomes. This fight was less about competition and more about business, brand, and bank account. Take Tyson's finances, for example.
Surviving,
He was.
So
annoying.
that was the only thing I didn't like.
So annoying when they don't bring the
The man earned over $400 million in his prime, only to declare bankruptcy in 2003. Since then, he's dabbled in everything from stand-up tours to selling ear-shaped weed gummies. Despite his hustle, his recent ventures haven't exactly been gold mines. Enter Jake Paul, Netflix, and a $20 million payday for a retired athlete navigating financial turbulence. But Tyson wasn't just stepping into the ring for a paycheck. He was stepping into a marketing gold mine. This wasn't about sport, it was about starting a comeback. His name alone guaranteed
I think Jake's in a lot of trouble.
global attention, and the fight wasn't just a match, it was a spectacle. And Jake, he knew all of this. By orchestrating the chaos and fanning the flames of controversy, he ensured the spotlight stayed on him while the internet unraveled.
We signed on here to see you. You lit up Tyson 2.0. Last time we saw you in Vegas, you handed me a bag of your Mike Bites, the edibles. Fantastic. I love them.
The layers of his boxing blockbuster. Tyson used the fight to spotlight his Cannabilities brand, Tyson 2.0, and teased an upcoming Netflix documentary series. It wasn't just a match. It was a full-blown infomercial.
I have no expectations. We have expectations. Yep. If I don't get 100 million views, fuck out of here, I ain't my dad. Right. No, these guys just want a piece of banana.
They want to eat, live.
They're so hungry. They're starving so much.
Wrapped in a box. Now let's address the whispers, the ones suggesting this fight wasn't entirely on the up and up. Jake Paul walked away with a unanimous decision win. There wasn't a knockout, but there were plenty of moments that made fans do a double take. Some believe Tyson might have agreed to lose for the payday and the exposure. After all, his legacy is untouchable. Losing to Jake Paul isn't going to erase decades of dominance, but it did generate enough buzz to keep his name in the headlines. And
Oh, yeah. Little bow at the end. He bowed.
That's the last thing I remember.
Dude, there was a lot of people online that said that's when you should have hit him, when he was bowing down like that. That's when
He's going to hit me. That's why I was like, what the hell is he?
Then there's Netflix. This wasn't just another boxing event, it was a streaming spectacle. Netflix reportedly attached performance bonuses based on viewership and engagement. High stakes for everyone involved. Tyson's name guaranteed viewers, and Jake Paul's internet-breaking antics ensured the fight went viral. For Netflix, it was a gamble to pay off for Tyson and Jake. As for the fans, they may have been the only ones left wondering if the fight was truly legit. But things took a curious turn when Tyson appeared on Fox afterward. Mike Tyson's post-fight appearance on Sports
for us. We're like, dang, we wanted more. Is there anything about the fight you would have changed based on the experience?
Oh, not at all. Listen, I wouldn't have realized any of it if it went 3-minute rounds. I didn't realize it.
Radio raised more questions than answers. When asked about key moments in the fight, Tyson claimed he kind of blanked out. Blank out? In a fight where he was paid millions to headline? It gets stranger. When questioned about holding back punches, Tyson didn't deny it. He just dodged the question entirely, offering vague, almost dismissive responses. And when pressed on whether he had watched the footage back, he flat out admitted, "No, I have not." For a man who spent decades analyzing his performances, this sudden amnesia seemed well suspicious. Even the timing of his radio appearance wasn't random. Tyson used the...
Yeah, it was a real fight. What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it.
You didn't even remember it. I heard
But my body was really sore.
it was sort of the
Platform to talk about what else? His cannabis brand Tyson 2.0 and his upcoming Netflix projects. The whole segment felt less like an honest fight debrief and more like a promotional campaign. It's as if the match was merely a stepping stone to boost his other ventures. Fans who expected brutal honesty from a man known for his no-holds-barred persona were instead met with vague deflections and a sales pitch. Tyson's reluctance to address the fight itself only deepens whether he's avoiding the topic due to a behind-the-scenes dealing or simply because he's moved on. One thing is certain. This wasn't your typical boxing match. It was a calculated business machine designed to benefit everyone involved, except maybe the fans who thought they were witnessing a genuine clash of tight nerves.